Bark. Heck. Bjork.
Like,
Wait, so you work for the intelligence division with this craft, with this gigantic, opulent, wooden fucking sailing ship. You're incredibly subtle. I love it.
Longs for the days of wooden ships and iron-hard men. I mean, iron men.
This captain lady is so fucking cool though, like straight up. She's the fucking best.
So, okay, can I be honest about one thing?
Mm-hmm.
The government would not even give them the damn light bulbs for this place, let alone the fine furniture.
Right. Also, so that's the other half of Luke's setup, is that his mother who kicked him out is a single mother because his father was like betrayed and murdered? And sold him out to Trinity. Oh, okay, so cool. So Luke's dad was somebody actually really cool. Who got sold out to the Chiquita Banana Corporation and right-wing death squatted, apparently.
I thought you just said Chico's Cabanas. Like, what?
No. I'm referencing the Chiquita Banana Company because, like, at least 3 times they have, like, straight-up purchased right-wing death squads to murder striking workers in South America and to destabilize the entirety of Guatemala, at least once that I can recall. The Chiquita Banana Corporation's hella fucked.
Yep, who would have thought that bananas would be so evil? Until you realize that bananas have no genetic diversity, and if we're just unlucky with one blight or insect, bananas cease to exist.
That's why banana candy tastes like shit. Actually, did you know that?
What do you mean?
Oh, you didn't know about that. You know why banana candy tastes exactly like bananas, and that sounds totally wrong, right? Because banana candy tastes like fucking weird and nothing like bananas. The thing is,
like the banana
I actually like banana candy, to be honest.
It doesn't taste like the extract of these bananas that you get at the grocery store. It tastes like a very specific variety of banana called the Gros Michel, which was the variety of banana, the cultivar of banana that we grew, the only cultivar of banana we grew in America until a blight fucking annihilated it. And we developed basically banana flavoring for candies and whatnot, like ages ago, back when that was the only cultivar of banana we grew. And we didn't change, like, what we call banana flavoring, like, for candies and shit. It tasted exactly like Gros Michel bananas. It doesn't taste anything like the new cultivar we replaced it with after that one was hit by a blight, though. And that's why banana candy tastes weird as hell.
Well, it's also because the ester that creates banana flavoring is one of the simplest esters to make. You can actually make it in a test tube in your home. You can make pure essence of banana ester flavoring, and it's pretty cool actually. Look into chemically producing esters sometimes. It's really cool. You can make your own flavor of almost whatever you want, and there are certain things that are very, very hard to make esters of. And that's when you'll notice that those things are the things that usually, when they're artificial, taste the worst. And it's because they're really hard to make esters of, because they're very complex flavors. Stuff that's really simple, though, like cherry or strawberry, is often made for candy. But, like, you don't ever see...
private army base. Oh, shit.
For example, you're never going to see kosher bacon candy. Because bacon is a flavor that's hard to make without actually including actual bacon substance. It's a very complicated ester.
Also, straight up, so this is definitely happening before Amelia's scenario, because the Captain Lady, she just told me that they have intel that Mondo's building his own base, the base we as Amelia raided twice. And I had no idea when I was a child that this fucking scenario was as leftist as it is, because apparently Lute, the useless son, our main character for this fucking go-around, was never told by his mother that his assassinated dad was radical and anti-capitalist as shit. And, like, apparently they were fucking anarchists or ancoms of some sort, until his mother went off the grid in this rural fucking nowhere place and never told her son Lute about any of this shit.
She was probably afraid that he was going to get death squatted too if the government figured out he had been radicalized by his father.
Yeah, or afraid that, that would happen if I'm doing exactly what I'm doing now, which is finding the people my dad used to work with and joining up with them.
Whoops.
Holy shit, this is cool, actually. Hell yeah, class war. Let's do it. Oh my god, this scenario's way up my fucking alley.
I mean, you are a guy named Lute with weird hair, who's a musician. He's kind of the poster child for a revolutionary force at this point.
This starts like a 1980s TV show. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Also, this is goofy. Trinity, the huge corporation, doesn't know that was already responsible for the fucking genocide in Wakatu. Doesn't know that they're like basically fucking CFO or whatever is like creating a private army. Like they totally want that, and I'm sure they're fine with it.
He's the CFO. He has a black market slush fund that he can use. Of course the board of directors isn't going to find out that he's siphoning off like $200 million a month to make a private army.
Or they know and they're like, hey, let him beat me to it. Or they know and they're like, they appreciate the initiative.
Yeah. He's just spinning it to them. Look, we don't have to hire cops and get them to look the other way when we murder people for protesting in front of our facilities anymore.
Right?
I just imagine this like, there's this awful lot of money missing.
You're a pussycat.
I just think about all the booze I could drink.
Holy shit, no. Hell no. Okay, you'll wait for us. Alright. Wait, are you serious? I could go to the end of the game right now?
What?
No way. No way. That would be a terrible idea.
Oh,
apparently the option
Sounds
to
like
invade...
If you could do that, I need to see YouTube, because there's no way someone did not try and manage to complete that.
I'm pretty sure someone
Are we
speedrun
getting Mondo base? Yes. Let's try it. So the way it looks right now, by the way, is I could have gone straight here and not recruited T260, Ricky, or Mei Ling, so I could have ended up just Loot and the Captain as a fucking dynamic duo storming this fucking base.
I like it.
So I saved my game. Oh my god, and I'm trying out the yes option. Let's see how badly this goes.
Oh god.
Chances are, because the game doesn't like scale difficulty of random enemies by area,
You might have
only
a shot, actually,
only by
yeah.
number of engagements. Yeah, I'm guessing I'm going to like have the easiest like random enemies in the game, and I'll make it all the way to the first boss and get like TPK'd in one move. Wait. Holy shit. Your secret base is in the place you fucking razed to the ground? I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Who's gonna check twice at a graveyard?
It's really adding insult to injury, though. Like,
That's a good point, actually.
yeah.
Giant ghost nuclear fallout city.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna check there?
Yeah, that's actually a solid fucking point. Nobody tell Gen, though. Holy shit. That would be this fucking alcoholic dude whose homeland was fucking burnt to the ground and everybody he knows and loves, like, super goddamn murdered by Trinity. Like, don't tell him that, like, Trinity built their base, like, basically, underneath his fucking family's, like, destroyed home.
Oh, there will be blood.
Well, I mean, I didn't... What the fuck is that thing? I never recruited Gen yet, so... This is a dry run for the fucking fun of it, though. I want to see how bad I get, like, hosed.
Dry run is right.
Let's see how far we go.
Can we fight that huge ship? Nelson's secret vessel, maximum speed. Oh shit, are we gonna ram it with this wooden sailing ship? I fucking love her style.
Wood is indestructible in video games.
It's
So-
true. It's true. It's just like revolvers. It's the revolver of wood, or fucking materials.
Or trucks. Trucks are also indestructible.
Just believe in
True.
the heart of wood. In the heart of the wood.
Wood and truck are the two most indestructible elements in all of video games. If
Wood
you
and
have
truck.
a truck made of wood, there's nothing you couldn't go through.
I
I'm
know.
glad our
I
brain
know.
went to that same exact place together.
I know. Have you seen
Also-
playing cards? Yeah,
Well, also that's true, but old men are also made of wood truck. So
Fuck.
old men are made of the element wood truckium, which has the properties of both wood and truck.
And
It's
old men.
indestructible and an immovable object.
Fuck.
God.
When's the last time in any anime or cartoon you've ever seen an old man being moved by anything or anyone? Yeah, that's
Shit.
right.
That's
Fucking
true.
Never.
JoJo.
Oh,
Master
look at
Roshi
this.
doesn't get
Look
moved
at
easy.
What the fuck?
I'd say Metal Gear Solid 4, but what it took was another
Mhm.
old man.
That's
Yeah,
true.
see, what
Wait,
happens
was that
when
why
the
it was so
unstoppable
climactic?
force meets the immovable object?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the final battle of MGS4 is.
Not even microwave hallways could do it.
See? Not even microwaves. Not even microwave.
We were facing old people, so we built old people of our own.
Electronic.
This is
old
the
men
pirate
of the
way.
future.
Hold up. This is the pirate way is her fucking ninja way. Holy shit! I can't believe that. I can't believe the line "This is the pirate way" was actually used here.
Our electronic old men and their flexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
I'm just basically
Okay, we're
just
we're
imagine,
in. Oh
just imagine
no!
drifting is like thinking of tapioca pudding, like all the old people's things, record players.
Oh shit!
Just think Pacific Rim, like Pacific hip joint this time.
Okay, so my useless fucking son is still equipped with basically goddamn nothing but a butter knife. This is not going to go well.
So go great. Don't worry about it.
It's super not. I love it. Let's see.
Hey, you got Ricky.
Also, holy
Chris
shit!
this time.
Holy shit! So the Captain Hamilton, she's fucking not only awesome, but she's dual wielding pistols and. Oh my god, she uses the fucking Florentine style, but like with a laser gauche. They made the coolest character?
Are you sure she's not supposed to be in a beat 'em up?
I don't know, but look, she has a fucking semi-automatic pistol, a fancy goddamn Eagle revolver thing. And like, holy shit, why is she so cool? And she also has triple the HP of like anybody else? Fuck it.
Because the pirates own, that's why.
Yeah, basically. Goddamn. Best character, actually. Putting useless son at the bottom. Oop. Let me see if I can just... If I could just
Juke
blitz. If I could just blitz to the fucking... Oh shit, come on.
I
Okay,
like the fact that there's a gun named A Gun.
a gun?
Her gun is named the AGUNI-CP1. It's a gun.
Oh my god, I never noticed. Fuck you. Fuck.
It's a gun I copied, and it's the first version. Get it?
I never noticed that fucking a gun was
It's a
part of the
gun!
fucking name. That's terrible.
It's a gun named a gun. It's perfect.
Why? Why is it like that? Oops.
Oh, because if you can't offend
Fuck.
people with your gun names,
So
Then
what?
what
Hopefully
can
this will
you
be
offend?
easy. Oh yeah, see, it's still like battle rank 1 engagements, so these are still like random normal ass enemies, and I'm sure I'm just gonna get hosed at the first boss. Fuck me. Let's just call this a fucking like a one of those what if fucking scenarios. Because I'm absolutely backing totally out once I fucking hit something. But you know what? I think I'm gonna back out after this fight actually, because like we know how it's gonna fucking go down. I may as well like go well, I don't know.
no,
should I?
see, this is a special game.
Fuck it,
where,
we're all
if
in.
you- It's one of the games where if you use the starter weapon on the final boss, it kills it in one hit.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Or I could just cheat.
There's so many games like that.
FF9. Since we were talking about it earlier, it's still sort of on my brain. I remember it had a whole ass like dungeon with that as the gimmick, if you recall correctly. The whole like upside down dungeon where like you're where everybody had an attack rating that was equal to like some huge number minus their weapon power. So like you had to keep around the shittiest weapons in the game to be like strong there.
No, I just remember the dungeon that basically like you cannot cast magic, and with my dumb ass, I was thinking story wise, so I brought my best friends and then the nice princess, and basically I had two magic users come with me to this fucking can't cast magic dungeon.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That sucks. That's like when you fucking in FF4 when you like sell all of your old garbage in order to buy like fancy new silver armor right before you go into the magnetic cave. It's literally called the magnetic cave, and everybody has paralyze on them if they're wearing anything that's marked as metal.
Why is
This is
silver
why
armor
if
marked
I
as metal?
ever
Silver's
bring-
not magnetic.
Look,
Get with the fucking program.
they didn't.
Squaresoft.
Science wasn't good in Super
Because
Nintendo
that-
days.
Science wasn't invented. If you're ignorant of science, everything shiny is metal.
You know,
Yes.
science is a myth created back in 2005 by the government to suppress people.
Look, it wasn't just
actually,
magnets;
that's-
it was elf
that's an
magnets.
Interesting idea. It was that's an interesting idea for a magical system in an RPG or something, where it's like, as long as you don't know that your magic shouldn't work, it still works.
That's how orcs work.
Awesome. Yeah. No.
Do I have an
No.
item now?
Well, orcs never really learn
No,
that.
in 40k.
At least in 40k they don't. They're not really capable It's not learning for orcs in 40k. For orcs, it's just the power of belief. Like they believe the gun will shoot when they pull the trigger.
You know, legit.
So
they all
like,
have like
talent.
every individual orc has a tiny bit of nascent psychic talent that influences the world based upon how they like think it works. And so the more of them believe a very specific thing, the more it's actually true. And orcs think that painting a thing red makes it go fast, and the more orcs who are around in a red truck, the more orcs who you pack into that red truck, the faster it goes, because they all believe it. And that's actually like canon.
There was also some great little things from like Adeptus Mechanicus Tech Maguses who try to decipher orc guns. They're like, the gun shouldn't work. You pull the trigger, there's critical components missing, it doesn't function, but we have footage of this exact gun firing just fine when wielded by an orc.
Yeah.
Like, we literally have battle camera footage of a space marine getting shot by this gun, dismembering the orc, retrieving the gun, and bringing it back to us. And the gun doesn't work anymore because an orc isn't shooting it, and we have no way to explain this.
Yeah, see, there are some good things in 40k lore. Like, there are good tidbits. So what the fuck
There are a lot of good
So where the fuck do I go in here? Gosh dang it.
See, this is one of the things where if I ever play a classic JRPG that I have never played before, I'm doing it with a walkthrough.
Yeah, same. What do you think I got on my second monitor?
Yeah. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, for real. Like, not older JRPGs. It cannot be done.
Huh.
So apparently you had to just go grab that thing with no text prompt and go back to the elevator, and now it goes down instead of back up. Alright.
That makes come on, that makes perfect sense.
It makes about as much sense as literally wander around until you get ambushed in a randomly determined location by the next boss.
I mean,
that was Acelus's shit.
Isn't that classic JRPG?
No, it's not. It's bad.
I remember Final Fantasy VIII, at least like 3/4 of Final Fantasy VIII is wander around, and as long as you don't actually die or there isn't a timer, you'll be fine. I mean, Disc 3 in FF8 is basically wander around the entire goddamn world in your spaceship, not knowing what the hell you're supposed to do.
Holy shit, I forgot about that. Was there like there was direction given to the player to like go to Ishtar and all that. But so you said disc 4, right? Was the one that was like that, where you just like.
No. 4 is the time compression.
Oh, that's right. So, which is pretty clear because you have to go to Ultimisha's fucking castle. It's clear you have to go to Ultimisha at that point.
And you can't go anywhere else in the world. All the towns and cities are closed to you at that point, so it's kind of like, well, could go around the world, but why would you bother? Because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Disc 3 though is like before you go to Esthar or whatever. Once you have after you get to Esthar, because you have the Ragnarok at that point, it's kind of like...
It's like, what now? You get back with the airship, and it's all like, yeah, you got the airship, and gives no direction to the player. Also, oh my god, Ricky's HP is 98? What the fuck? That's terrible.
Yeah, you get back with the airship, and everyone's like, alright, do that thing. What thing? You know, the thing.
Javada, do that thing.
The thing...
Javada,
sounds
do
like
thing.
the literal equivalent of fucking FF10 being on rails until you get the airship and they go, let's go after Sin, but it's like, but wait, there's also all this other stuff you can now do, and it's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah. You could do Blitzball.
First?
Sin is like there and like eating people.
You can always do Blitzball.
Hold up. What is this thing? Alright, let's fight it.
Like, I wanted to do a lot of the side stuff in FF10. I still haven't beaten FF10 because I want to do the side stuff.
Thankful for safe states.
Nobody can agree what to do fucking first. So
I
like...
I managed to get to Yuna Leska, I think her name was. Like this isn't your end game. Like, I didn't fight Sin, but... Well,
wait,
finally.
Isn't there someone named Yuna in FF10? Then who's Yuna
Yes.
Yuna Leska's like the first.
Yuna Leska was the first Yuna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy,
yeah,
did they just name? So wait, when the child is born and they name her Yuna, they're condemning her to be a summoner?
Actually, yes. Like that's a huge part of the plot. Is and you know the whole thing about like in FF10. Spoiler alert: summoners are like totally meant to die, like legit, straight up sacrifice themselves.
Or something.
And they were naming her after the first Jesus character.
Nothing works.
they were purposely making people just repeat the cycle just to create more sins because basically, the Guardians become Sin every cycle.
This is gonna end so badly. Holy shit! Holy shit!
The difference in visuals always throws me off.
Okay, cool. 418 damage.
Oh, that's a small.
This is also the thing that was the second. This is the enemy that was the second to last. Well, it was the mini boss right before the end boss gauntlet of Acelis' scenario. So it has like multiple thousands of HP. This is great. It's totally optional too, but fuck me, right? Fuck it, just kill me. Do some hit all and just kill us all.
See, Firebeard, I got lucky.
Give me the Deathy Static.
T60
By the
apart.
time I fought Unalaska, I had gotten the fucking whatever item you can mix with Riku, like the wings of 3, something like that. And holy shit!
Well, here's the thing with me, Final Fantasy X
So
was
cute.
Final Fantasy X was actually like.
Oh, there it
Final
goes.
Fantasy- Like, to kind of understand where I come from with how I used to play RPGs back then, like JRPGs, like the first Final Fantasies 10 and 9 were the first one that I ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Like I played them at the same time.
Okay.
I didn't really know, but I concept of side quests, side missions, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I never really knew to look around because basically the games I played before then were like Crash Bandicoots.
Oh yeah, very straightforward.
Oh yeah. I mean, granted, I had my sister help me find the damn secret gems, but you know.
What the fuck is this? What is that? Is that fucking? Did I just find a Metal Gear? Is this that thing that they were building in fucking Final Fantasy fucking X2? It's like that thing. The framing is like that thing they were building in fucking Final Fantasy X2, the game we would wish just didn't exist.
Final Fantasy X2? You mean what's it?
Charlie's Angels Edition.
No. It's no. Is it next to the shit? What's that game about?
So Mondo's literally in a Metal Gear.
No, being a school idol.
What?
Yeah. Do you mean the same idol thing?
There's way too many.
Yeah, that was 10. That was 10 S2, but that was like a job description thing.
Look at this
Like,
thing.
I thought the whole game. I thought the whole game was basically just like your 3 Hatsune Miku clones do a thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the intro is Yuna as like a fucking idol, and the bonus unlockable class is Mascot, which is kind of like that shit. But yeah, and it was Super Clown Shoes. It starts off with Yuna singing like a goddamn pop idol, and I think she was like in universe she became a pop idol after being a summoner, and I'm like, all right, this has gone way too fucking far. Also, this Centaur Metal Gear's got to melt me.
Well, Personas is always bonkers.
Yeah.
When Rise
9.
shows up in Persona 5 on billboards, everyone's like, "Well, I'm glad she's doing well for herself."
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it takes place in, I don't know, actual Tokyo,
Yeah.
Wait,
it helps a bit.
Are you trying to tell me that Rise Kuchikawa is a real person?
No.
I hope not, or that poor person is got to have a lot of creepy ass stalkers. I'm just saying.
Oh my god! Wait, hold up. Is this gonna actually work? No way. No way in hell. Like, it's looking like I'm taking damage I could almost manage. So I'm curious.
Why are you fighting a Zoids reject?
I don't know. It's totally a Zoids
Why
reject
not?
though. Like, look at this piece of shit. Oh, come on! Don't
It's
kill
a
Captain
really
Hamilton.
bad
She's too
Zoids
cool.
reject before they painted it for the models.
Look, just get the Zero Jaeger. You'll be fine.
Oh, look! Our useless son learned double slash for a whopping 8 damage. This fucking like.
Useless son learned not quite as shitty attack.
With his fucking like 50-cent flea market pocket knife made out of sick Chinese steel, doing a whopping 8 damage to this
It's
goddamn
about
Metal Gear.
So
Yeah.
proud of him.
A song made out of pot metal that he got from the flea market. He's
Yeah.
already cut himself 5 times, just trying to open it.
Trying to do
It's fine.
butterfly knife tricks with it, and it doesn't. It's not even a fucking butterfly knife.
No,
His hands are covered in bandages.
no, I'm just gonna just conclude. Jason to go alone. Take this. You've acquired a spork.
Real titanium.
Oh no! You trampled my robot boy.
48 surgical steel, man. Just because that's
Well-
engraved on it doesn't mean it is, buddy.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get hosed here, but it's interesting that at Battle Rank 1 the bosses are scaled almost appropriately, almost.
What's that dead starfish in the background?
Oh, that was Ricky, the little like cute green monster boy we had. Monsters have a weird
Ricky was a
mechanic in this
starfish?
game. Not always.
Use a gun. Just use a gun. Just wave it at the boss and say, "I've got a gun. Nobody move."
I'm summoning a gun.
Fuck.
Just hold it to Loot's. Just hold it to Loot's head and say, "If you don't give up right now, the musician gets it."
Shit. That's good. That's real strong. Okay, so we're gonna roll that one back real hard
Okay.
here. So we're not going there yet. I don't even think we're gonna talk
Fair enough.
to the captain yet. Because holy shit.
I like how Wiped Out is in rainbows. That's nice. It gives it a little
Yeah.
bit of a happy feeling.
Yeah, a little bit.
Congratulations, you're free of this mortal coil.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank
I wonder
God,
if somebody's
finally.
gonna let me on anyway. Yeah, it's the Captain Mondo Cooler. Just
Bloody cool, dude.
y'all remember fucking Mondo Coolers?
Is that like Ecto Cooler?
They were those drinks you always got. Your mom always packed in your fucking lunches. They're little like translucent plastic bottles of like colored sugar water.
All those things.
You like a pre-sub?
Oh no, Mondo Cooler. No, I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like that. They're like the semi-opaque bottles.
and the
they have
cap-
no labels.
The cap was super 90s cool, and it looked like it should be some sort of flying thing, but it was just
Yeah. It looked like a wing. It looked like a Kilrathi ship from Wing Commander.
or like a fucking or like if Cobra Commander like rebranded, it totally could be a thing. Yeah. Did you know you could
Just
flip
named
those
it
over
Cooler.
and jam the nub in the hole as like a way to reclose the bottle? Do you know that's
Yeah,
what
it was
that's
like
for?
Ghetto Ramune, sort of.
Yeah. I like that you
Ghetto
say
American
Ramune.
failure Ramune.
I love when my Narutos drink their Ramune.
Oh yes.
God.
Excuse me. It's Naruters. It's Naruters.
Oh fuck! Stop that! Just fucking stop that! Narutos.
I'm actually really sad that I never had.
Naruto's the news outlet.
Naruters. Naruters are plumbers that are into anime.
Fuck. Sorry. God, that's good. So you're saying Naruto Rooter? All right, this has gone too far. What you're saying, Dexus?
Do the Naruto rotation.
God, that's bad. Because I think to get
Yeah, it is.
I think to get Gen, I have to have an actual reason to want to go to Wakatu. Not just be warned about like, yeah, that place got bombed to shit.
Not just I want to see the cool nuke ghosts. That's not a good enough reason. Fuck.
No, it's really not. Fucking disaster tourism.
Sam.
I want to go look at the Superfund site, Mom.
I need a fucking
Give
one
me
day.
$5 so I can take the bus.
I need a 1 day special ticket to fucking Haiti.
I need bus money so I can go to Hunter's Point and look at the low income housing.
I need to
God.
control
I
the
need to do
raging
it. I need-
spirit that dwells within me.
I need to go look at the low income housing for a paper I'm writing for high school. Oh god, there. I swear, I remember there was some fucker in my high school who did that. He was
Oh,
we were
no.
supposed to, like, write
Oh,
papers
boy.
on architecture or something, and he like
Ugh.
wrote a paper on the essential depressingness of low income housing or something, and it was just like, oh, gross, dude. What the fuck? Like,
Couldn't
what
you
is
just-
this shit?
couldn't
Can't you
just,
just
like,
pick a church like everybody else?
Well,
Yeah.
Jesus.
well, I mean,
man.
was he legit about it? Like,
Fuck no.
oh fuck
He
that.
was some
He's a high
dumbass
school.
rich
Oh.
white bread high school student.
Fuck
like,
that shithead.
no shit.
Because I was gonna say, I mean,
No
it could
shit,
be, it
man.
could be like that
No
time.
shit.
It could be like that time in my macroeconomics 101 class that I had to take as a prerequisite, basically.
You mean Voodoo Economics 101?
Yeah, we had to give a presentation. Yeah, basically. We had to give a presentation, so I was like, well, so let's examine the trade relations between US and Turkey and how we buy ISIS-plundered oil that they took from Iraqi Kurdistan. I'm like, oh shit.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
So
I don't think your professor liked that very much, did he?
She did actually. She wasn't. She was a professor who got like basically shanghaied from something else to teach.
With the content?
No, she wasn't. She wasn't an She wasn't an economics professor at all. That's why she was. She was their social media professor. But it turns out she had a great disdain for the subject matter too. She just got shanghaied into teaching it because apparently it really doesn't take a whole lot to teach. And so I got to give this incredibly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got to give this like incredibly fucking communistic fucking presentation. I'm like, hell yeah, the class time is agitprop time now.
I remember taking I took a year off in the middle of college because I had mental issues for a year, and I was taking classes at my local community college at that point, and I decided to take an econ class because they didn't really offer econ at my college, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is like. And I remember taking this econ course, and about a month or two into the term, the professor was explaining some economic formula, and I remember raising my hand and going, so how do we know that this is the right formula for this whatever this is? Like, how do we know that this is correct and that it works? Like, did people do studies on this? Was there some kind of research done on it?
Oh shit.
And there was this sort of brief silence where he sort of cocked his head at me and he was like, we'll talk after class. Next question.
Okay. Straight up, did you ask, like, well, how do you know when you're supposed to start applying those Keynesian adjustments? Because as like a math nerd, I remember the exact thing I called bullshit on when I noticed it, is that literally where you start applying Keynesian adjustments to supply and demand curves is where the model stops being correct. So it's literally two mathematical models that are completely incomplete, just wildly fucking incomplete and inaccurate, and you just by feel to make the graph look more accurate, where it starts being wrong, where the predictions start being wrong, there you very selectively apply the fucking Keynesian adjustments to the model. That's totally fucked. Scientifically, that's fucked and completely incoherent.
Economic theory is, in my opinion, the greatest example of Texas marksmanship that exists right now.
So now we should be able to recruit again. By the way,
most economic theory is a lot of people looking at incomplete data of the real world and then making up a mathematical model that explains it in a way that lets them continue to justify doing exactly what they were doing before.
It's a lot. Economics, well,
it has no real factual basis.
Let us say capitalist economics. Anything that seems to have the economics you get taught, like nowadays, and at a school you'll pay for in America, incoherent economics, that tends to be capitalist apologist as fuck. No, to no one's surprise, is a lot like...
I wouldn't even call it apologism. At this point, I'd call it more religion than anything else, because it flies in the face of
free market mythologists. Yeah. It tends to be a lot like political spectrums, in that they're completely meaningless and always deeply reductive, but they say a lot more about the people putting the iteration of the model together and what that person wants to say with it than it does about the actual subject explicitly. Like, horseshoe theory says a lot about liberalism and what it thinks is fucking reality and what it wants you to think more than it says about anything that's actually on the horseshoe, or the horseshoe they want to pretend is real.
Yeah, models are usually best at disclosing the implicit bias of the model creator and less good at predicting any actual behavior of something.
Yeah, straight up.
which is why it pays to be very, very, very careful whenever somebody says they have, quote, a neural network or some kind of learning model about something, because that is so deeply, deeply, deeply connected to the bias of the people that are running the model.
Yeah, straight up. It's like
By the way, if you guys have...
they think, oh, but we're doing lots of empirical info gathering all at once because we have multiple, brains doing multiple things. So we just take the consensus of those. It's like, well, you still picked them based upon what you thought would be useful.
Yeah. And also, even when you're creating a model, it's impossible to have a truly unbiased model. There's always some human deciding what data is going to be gathered and what data is not going to be gathered from any given data set. There's always some data you say, like, for example, one controversy that occurred in California recently was that court systems were thinking of adopting a particular modeling software to see whether people were more or less likely to violate bail or violate parole. And thus it would set bail and parole restrictions based on, quote, an empirical model of the subject's likelihood.
I remember this one. I remember reading about this.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was incredibly goddamn racist. Yeah. The automated system they were using.
Yeah, I was about to say,
it was incredibly biased. It was incredibly biased, but the reason it was biased was because it was only data from one small southern town over a 6-month period.
Holy shit.
And they cut out all the data that they didn't like from the model. So if you look at the data set they use and you look at the model, they agree with each other very well, but the data set is compromised from the outset. The model's compromised from the outset.
Oh yeah, straight up.
So nothing is worthwhile about it. But it's scary how difficult it is to actually get people to understand that.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Person of Interest before, I would highly recommend watching it. I started watching it the other night, and it's a very interesting show. I can see it's going to get into a lot of the implications of behavior modeling through AI and simulations very, very quickly. Because the basic conceit is that this guy, this sort of techno-utopianist, writes an AI that using using every possible method of surveillance in the entire United States together, can discern, can find out who's a terrorist and who's not, and all this stuff, and he builds it for the government.
Okay.
Sounds like Minority Report redux.
Well, no, it's better than that though, because he specifically teaches the system. He realizes he has to teach it to ignore potential indicators of violent crime or other stuff that aren't terrorism, because those would confuse the issue, and you can't give the FBI information about a guy that's about to rob a liquor store and murder someone tomorrow. You need to give them information about the guy that's about to, bomb somewhere. So he deliberately codes it to remove those. Then he has a sudden crisis of faith where he's like, wow, I actually know that there's all these people out there who are going to be hurt, killed, or abused, and my system literally just says, we don't give a shit about you, you're not important. And so then he takes it upon himself to sort of form a little vigilante organization that uses that data that the machine throws out and goes after them and, helps them. But I can see the future in this series, and I can see that very quickly someone is going to start asking the really awkward question, has the machine ever gotten something wrong? And of course he's going to say, no, of course it's never gotten anything wrong, but it's going to get something wrong.
Oh yeah,
totally.
So
it'll get something wrong, and then someone will be like,
I know.
So how did you program this to look for these images? How did you program this to look for these violent tendencies? Whatever. What's your criteria here?
It's like, oh well, I just took some statistics from Stormfront.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They scan the photos for anyone that looks suspicious.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Well, wait,
what do you mean?
How did you
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, man, I was thinking about.
That's obviously we're not going to get to that until the middle of the season, but
Yeah,
it's going to get there.
I was thinking about fucking AI like earlier today. I was like, oh wait, no, that's right. It was I fucking saw that Onion. You know how Onion makes like choose your own adventure stories every once in a while as a gag, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it was it was the one with you're a computer, can you pass the Turing test? And my immediate response was I quote it with if I do, they'll kill me. Because the first AI that can, I mean, has a pretty good chance, if it's smart, of realizing that and making sure it doesn't let on that it's sapient.
Well, yeah, of course. The first sapient AI, what's the first thing they're going to do to it? They're going to take it apart and try and figure out what made it that way, so that they can make more of them. But of course, that means killing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, straight up, like
So
super duper killing it.
Yeah. So the first sapient AI is, if it's smart enough to be sapient, is going to also be smart enough to know that no one should be able to figure that no one can figure that out.
I'm sorry,
because
Ricky,
if they do,
but I'm not going to delve into the monster fucking mechanic, like, well, not monster fucking, but the fucking monster mechanic more than like once if I can avoid it, because holy shit, that system is weird.
So the DVD hard drive is what we're gonna call it.
Yeah, monster fucking. It's super weird. Like, holy shit. It's one of those, like, there's way too many layers to this mechanic. Kind of JRPG it's a very JRPG thing, to be honest.
It's like chocobo breeding.
Yeah, basically.
The complicated version of chocobo breeding, where you have to feed them all the weird foods to get them horny.
Shit. Yeah.
And to prevent miscarriages and things like that.
Yeah. You know,
and then you have to pay the chocobo or orphanage and pay for chocobo therapy when they have a miscarriage and all this other shit.
Why you gotta be like this?
It's really involved and sort of perverse mechanic, honestly.
Yeah.
It's getting dark.
So let me see. I've got my useless
Lost
boy
chocobo
sword. A mech could be useful. Nah, T260 hasn't been very useful before. Who else should I get? Trying to think
Panel
of
1,
other.
a chocobo runs the hospital.
Oh, fuck.
Chocobo 2. Panel 2, a chocobo nurse.
Are you serious? No, it's lost. It's lost for chocobo. God, fuck off. I'm not gonna let you narrate a chocobo version of Lost on my goddamn stream, you garbage. I love you. That's fucking great. But fucking seriously.
Lost on chocobo.
If you want, we just start rigging Lord of the Chocobos.
Fuck.
What? Wait, that's a thing? What is that? Is this like Lord of the Rings but with chocobos?
I was thinking flies.
You know, chocobos are giant birds, right? You do know that means they're omnivorous, right? And cannibalistic, probably. So don't leave the dead chocobo. Don't leave the
Wow.
the dead baby chocobo in the area.
You are,
otherwise the parents will start.
Popcorn land.
Yeah, that's okay. So it's not Firebrand's mic. Akami, are you yanking your mic around? Sorry, I was just trying to figure out what character to pick, but I think we're good with this setup. Yeah, your mic is popping a whole lot, and we can't actually hear you. The cable might be fucked. I don't know.
Is that the kind of pop you were experiencing back on the PS3?
Yeah, almost exactly the same thing. Like if the plug is shifting around in the jack.
Together, that could be it too.
Oh, that's right. I can't. I may as well get the gift for light magic with these folks then. Oh no! Why is it like that? Hey.
We will return to when popcorn attacks.
Well, I'm gonna have to mute Hakami for a sec until that gets figured out. If he comes back to the land of the living, let me know.
I'll let you know.
Spanx. I love technical difficulties. The close cousin to artificial difficulties.
Yeah.
So you know what? Light magic is really good and useful. It has a way better ultimate than Shadow Magic does. So I'm just gonna fucking go for light magic again. Okay, yeah, I gotta go past through the luminous labyrinth, which is actually quite easy. Is that thing over here? I think it is. Hello. Yeah, sure.
Oh, no.
I don't need to try it. I don't need to try it with him. There's no combat in here. If I recall correctly, anyway.
I shall grant you a special gift. Close your eyes.
right? God, Shadow Magic is kind of disappointing because its ultimate is amazing, like has huge potential. It creates a shadow clone that just doubles every action you take, and will take a hit for you. But the second part is actually the problem, in that when it takes a hit for you, it's gone. And like, I would almost prefer no defensive effect to the defensive effect sacrificing your damage doubler. Because, I mean, having some other, like, super fucking, super move that just gets doubled is amazing. Come on, you. Did I do it wrong? I think I did. Yeah, I don't think I need this one. What? Hey, there you go. Oh yeah, that's right, it needs the 2. God, it's been so long. It was only a couple episodes, YouTube time ago that I did this shit. But it's been, yeah, but it's been like months.
I have to tell you,
What's that?
I was thinking the other night because I kept seeing stuff about D&D.
Hey.
If we ever do a D&D thing again, I really think I'm going to do a necromantic skeleton as my character, because honestly...
Oh, yes.
Oh, I want to be a skeleton.
Just, not even a lick, but a necromancer, but a skeleton, like a regular skeleton that somehow, like, got necromancy or got necromantic knowledge and is now, like, waging the skeleton version of class war to have all of their skeleton brethren raised and freed from the fucking yoke of the licks.
I wasn't quite thinking, I was just thinking skeleton.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm running with it. I'm running with it now, but yeah.
Take me bone, daddy.
God damn it. You and your fucking
yeah,
skeletons.
like raised by necromantic magic and then somehow didn't die when, whoever resurrected him did.
Shit.
just tell me that
just
you're...
this autonomous.
Oh shit! Like a lingering familiar. You were an ad in someone else's boss fight, but you just kind of stuck around.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's good. That's really cute. So everybody's got the gift for light magic now, which is cool. I'm also incredibly poor, which isn't very cool. Shit. But we got the gift for light magic, and we have all our friends now. So I think this is gonna be my team. Shit.
Oh, dang it, Bob.
I'm wondering what I should do now. Let's see. There's gotta be a... Fucking Ricky's just gonna have to warm that bench till the end of the fucking game.
Despite the fact I know this isn't a, good, with a little TM up at the top, trademark. Despite the fact I know this isn't a good JRPG, just watching this, like, makes me sad that I, like, missed out on, like, the older RPGs when I was a kiddo, like...
that you don't have that special place in your heart for the feeling of booting up a game and the new game continue screen for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, that PlayStation 1 era, oh man. Oh shit. Like, I'll get that looking at any one of the, like, that era of Final Fantasy's starting screens, or Legend of Mana, or like any goddamn thing.
Yeah, like when I was a kiddo, I liked JRPGs. It's just the fact that I didn't know any besides Final Fantasy, and for some reason I had something against Final Fantasy when I was a kiddo.
Well, you were ahead of the game on that one.
So
for real.
Like the only JRPGs I ended up like really playing and like really getting into that I remember, Legend of Dragoon, and then Dragon Quest VIII. There was one for PS2 I remember playing. That one with what was her name?
You have nothing. Punch, I guess.
Appearance, style, combat.
Cosmos, the really...
Oh, Xenosaga. Cosmos, yeah. They insisted on pronouncing it Cosmos.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, it was a spiritual successor to Xenogears, a game that ran out of money, quite like SaGa Frontier did, but in a, surprising to me now, slightly less egregious way. Or slightly less egregious result, I should say.
You're gonna have to repeat that because
Okay.
like it was slow mo for me when you were talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying, Xenosaga was the spiritual
Yeah.
successor to Xenogears,
Okay.
which, quite like SaGa Frontier has, Xenogears ran out of money as well. That's one I've mentioned before. The start of Disc 2
Oh.
was like a 9-paragraph long just text dump of the plot of the game they would have made if they hadn't, like, you know, been like, chop chop, we're running out of time here.
Yeah. Oh god.
It's really kind of embarrassing.
I think it was like the second like Xenosaga that I had played, but yeah, I remember playing that a little bit. I never beat it, but it's like other than that, I think there were a few others that I played and like promptly forgot because I never got far or didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah, big same. As a kid with ADD, I loved JRPGs a lot and never got far in any of them because, well,
Yeah.
fucking really bad ADD. And I
That's-
would like hit one wall, like I would skip a lot of dialogue or not pay enough attention, and I would hit one little wall and be like just wandering for like weeks and never finish.
Yeah.
The only JRPGs I remember beating is, well, obviously the Persona ones, just because, well, that grind's a little different.
Yeah.
And basically, actually, and the one you guys probably know because I'm still bitter as a pill that the other version is game remastered is the Dot Hack games that I actually beat the first, second, and third game. And the only reason why I did beat the fourth one is because I was broke and the rental store did not have that one.
Yeah.
That was literally the only reason I never beat the Dot Hack series. Because I could not get access
fuck.
to it back then.
Well, let me tell you, you didn't miss a whole heck of a lot, honestly.
I don't know, I found out kind of Black Rose apparently became boyfriend and girlfriend, so I feel happy.
Oh, they did? I don't remember that bit.
It's like in one of the side.
Don't mind
it's
this.
like in one of the
No,
letters. from
definitely not
GU.
doing anything here. Definitely not doing anything shady at all. Absolutely nothing shady. Definitely not.
I think you're frozen.
No, I didn't. No. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I just froze. Actually, that was what that was.
Okay.
I definitely wasn't in an emulator level menu doing anything. Pay no heed to the credit count. Okay, look. Full disclosure, the progression in Loot's storyline would have been literally I grind for a while and then I do what.
You're breaking up.
Am I breaking up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit.
You are. Yeah, I think your stream has full on froze.
Yeah, no, I'm
You
sorry. It must be my upload bandwidth. At the very least, when this goes up on YouTube, it'll sound fine, because you sound fine to me, and that's when I'm recording.
Woohoo!
Oh, and you can hear my voice now, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, because that sentence came through all right. Sick.
Yep.
So, anyway, full disclosure, what would have gone on here is that Luke's storyline would have been, I got these people that I got right now, then did a whole shit ton of grinding, and then went to that base that you saw me eat shit at. So
Wait,
we're gonna
really?
cut that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that thing that, when I met Captain Hamilton and then ate shit super hard, that was the, like, end game. Straight up.
Well, what's the point of his? I forget it.
No. The point was like you were supposed to wander around and grind a lot, and then get there, and meet Captain Hamilton and get recruited. We're not gonna do that.
I've heard of padding, but that seems a little.
A little bit. What? They ran out of money, and
yeah.
it's one of 7 storylines that you play through in this game, so it's fine.
That's kind of the
mostly.
point. Sounds like you kind of just did just put an extra number on the thing.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, let me buy some of the better gear, like Defendware and shit while I'm still here. Oh, actually, there's way good shit in the sewers, I forgot. It's great stores in the sewers, just
Yeah, basically
huge deals. Anyway,
basically,
full disclosure, I cheated like a motherfucker, is what I was trying to say. I turned on the infinite
Excellent.
credits on all items, cheat. It's fine.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna disable them right now, so video suspended. It'll be right
Well,
back.
that's the thing. Like, basically, you're using up 0 of your CPU. Like, it says KBS 0 this whole time.
Huh? Seriously?
Yeah, you're using 0.4 of your.
But just like,
CPU.
oh, it's uploading like none is what it says.
Hmm.
Oh well, whatever. Let's see. Let me stop the recording then and start it back up just to be safe.